This game sucks. What a pile of anal dump.
Hey guys, what's up? This is the Game Critic for episode 2 of Bad Games. Alright, today I'm going to talk about a video game series that that I've had a problem with for a long time, and I know a lot of the internet has had a problem with, and this has been a debate whether or not it's good or not. You know, people are just going back and forth saying it's good, it's bad, it's good, it's bad, and my position on this series is it's bad. I mean, bad. And yes, I'm going to talk about Call of Duty. Probably pissed off a lot of the fanboys for calling this a bad game. And I'm talking about I'm going to talk about the mainstay of this series. I'm not going to talk about every game individually, but I'm going to talk about a few of the problems I have with a certain few games. And you know, just the games that have the most problems. But I'm going to say right now, the first two games were kind of mediocre. I don't really hate those two, but the series has just led me to hate pretty much the whole series. And I feel that the whole World War II setting, I'm not saying they completely ripped off Medal of Honor, but the way the first two games were made, I felt like Medal of Honor, I felt like it was Medal of Honor again. They were kind of copying EA with the Medal of Honor series. But I'm going to start off by talking about some of the problems I have with the most recent game in the franchise, which is Call of Duty Ghosts. I'm going to talk about my problems with this. All right, a lot of people are saying that the level design was excellent. Now, see, I don't think it was. I mean, most level designs are pretty much linear. They're kind of like it's a straight corridor, 1 kilometer long and 2 kilometers wide. I don't really like that. You know, I mean, Battlefield 4 has had the open world design that, you know, we know and love, and it offers a little more. And I mean, they've run the same. It's been the same go from point A to point B and shoot guys while watching a cinematic moment formula since the second game of the series. That nothing's really changed there. I mean, we're looking for innovation. We're not looking to have the same formula. We're gonna get bored with that. We need a new story. We need a new formula, stuff like that. And Activision just doesn't understand what is going on. They don't understand what is going on with all the people saying that stuff. I honestly don't know why. I mean, they should know what they're doing here. I mean, it's their game. They should fix the problems, and they're not fixing problems. And if anything, they're keeping the same problems and soon adding more. And I didn't really like the story to Call of Duty Ghost. I mean, it's kind of sorry, gotta move my chair. It's kind of I consider the story in Call of Duty Ghost to be junk. Rourke never dying was just sequel fuel, not a good story. I mean, come on. I could take a shotty to Rourke, and he will not die. What's up with that? I mean, seriously. So, it's kind of more of the same game as Black Ops 2. Maybe not the same setting, you know. It's just kind of like the mechanics are somewhat of the same. It's just got these half-assed attempts at small bits of innovation, and they fail to innovate. There's really nothing that has innovated much. There's no real advancement besides the graphics, and that is a problem with most video games in a series. That all the game developers care about now is graphics. It's like, we want more gameplay, we want more variety, we want more responsive controls, smooth animation, stuff like that. And there's not enough game modes, you know, and this has been a problem for me for a long time. Maybe it's just the fact that I've been playing games with tons of different modes to choose from and all these customizable options, but I don't really think that Call of Duty Ghosts offers much in terms of game modes. And there's not enough cool guns. I mean, they're actually quite generic. They're what you'd find in a lot of FPS games. There's really nothing unique. I mean, the Killzone franchise, they made up their own guns. In Doom, they made up their own guns. Most of them. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of generic. And that's been the whole series for a while. And Extinction, which is actually it is a new game mode introduced in this one. It's instead of killing zombies, you're killing aliens. Problem with that is there's no four-player split screen. You know, sometimes when you're at a party with a bunch of friends, you can only this means if you're at a party with a bunch of friends, you can only do two-player. See, four-player works because four-player I believe works because there's more fun going on. There's more players. You know, you can offer to more people. And you know, if I was a game designer, I would care about what the consumers want. You know, I would even go onto a panel and ask them, "Hey, I'm making this game. What do you want? What do you want in this game?" And you know, I would make it happen. And you know, they're just trying way too hard to be serious with Ghosts. It's not. You know, it's. I mean, and I think they're trying to make these. I think they're trying to make this too realistic. Okay, guys, seriously, video games should not be realistic. Okay. It's the unrealistic games that have proven that you don't need realism to make a hit. I mean, look at the Super Mario Brothers games. Look at those, okay? That's a fantasy world right there. It's not realistic. I mean, it's, you know, it's what I consider video games to be an escape, you know, to let me live out my fantasy in the virtual world. You know, I don't want to simulate what I can do in real life. I can't maybe fight. I can't fight in a war in real life though. But you know, I physically, I mean, it is humanly possible. And you know, Treyarch likes making things so infeasibly stupid that it just nothing makes sense. And it's got the same mechanics as Modern Warfare and Black Ops. You know, Treyarch I think has been kind of ruining the series when they came into when they started teaming up with Activision to develop the game. But that is my problems with Call of Duty Ghosts. Ignore that noise. That's my phone. That's the home phone. Okay, so here, let me get to the next part. I know this is just the whole series in general. This is about the players. This could be about the the online features. All right, so the players here. The players in Call of Duty are poor sports. They troll everyone that's not as good as them. So yeah, players are poor sports and they troll everyone that is not as good as them. You know, I've heard it. Like these guys are gonna like, haha, you noob. You know what? F you. And so the fan base is getting worse because these fanboys are glorifying this game and becoming ass kissers of Infinity Ward. It's disgusting. Okay, guys? Seriously, Infinity Ward didn't care about the camtastic glitched multiplayer in Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3. Infinity Ward just pretty much threw it out at Activision's feet, and that's probably one of the reasons why Infinity Ward I'm pretty sure they left, but I think that's the reason why Infinity Ward left. I'm pretty sure they left. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. And they use the same game engine every year. I've already talked about that. And just the plots suck, and most of them are rip-offs. Like, I've played a lot of FPS games, and a lot of other video games in general that focus on the warfare aspect. And, you know, I see those references in the Call of Duty plots, and that's terrible. That's just sad that they can't just find something original. You know, and this game forces the player to repeat the same actions over and over again, giving the player no choices on what he or she wants to do. It's linear gameplay. We want unlinear gameplay, guys. Come on. You know, and I mean, the name doesn't even make sense anymore. You're not being called to duty. You're playing the same damn multiplayer every game. That makes no sense to me at all. The duty is not multiplayer. You are not being called to duty anymore. you were pretty much just going online and trolling people. Yeah, don't think I haven't heard you guys. And you know who you are. I'm not going to point out names, but you guys know who you are. Alright, and it's got the same hackers, the quick scopers, the trick shooters, and the trolls. I mean, the same stuff that Call of Duty brings to each game. You probably get the new game. You probably get Call of Duty Ghosts, and you go play online, and you see these guys, and you're like, hey, look, it's the same douchebags from Black Ops 2. And people applaud it because it's realistic. All I gotta say about that is, if you want realism, go to the military. How would you like it if the games were ultra realistic? You know what that would be? You know what that would be? Okay, you buy your game for $59.99. Put it in your console. You die once, the game will fizzle out in the console, and you have to buy it again. That's what games are starting to be like nowadays. They want people to. These games are eventually going to become so realistic that there's no respawns. Come on. Yes, I understand a game over, but at least have respawns with lives. We knew that as gamers growing up. I mean, if you grew up with the classics, you know the respawns and the lives, the extra lives and stuff like that. And Call of Duty is starting to do away with those and starting to say, no, you don't get a respawn. It's happened. Alright, and I would like to see some more vehicles you can drive. Like, give me some variety. Like seriously, it's really sad that this whole series has it's gone downhill, and nobody seems to realize it. It's like, I'm not being a fanboy. I'm not being a fanboy at all. This is my critical view on the whole series. And the first two games I've said are mediocre. The third game, the third game, I saw where Activision was trying to go with this, and to some it might be impressive. I was kind of like, it's kind of subpar compared to most of the games that came out the same year. Then World at War was kind of like the Medal of Honor, either Allied Assault or European Assault. It was kind of the same thing. And then Modern Warfare comes out, and come on, you guys are going to skip the whole. You guys are going to go from World War II and you're going to jump into the modern era. Okay, you skip Korea, you skip Vietnam, and you've skipped many different wars. You've skipped the first Iraq. You skipped the first Iraq War. You skipped the Gulf War. You skipped the early stages in the war in Afghanistan, and you're pretty much putting it in the modern day. I mean, you can't do that until you progress through history. I mean, yes, Medal of Honor didn't do that. I understand. But at least what Medal of Honor did, they didn't just take major chunks of World War II and put you in them. They actually progressed smoothly through the World War II story. And they kind of stopped the series for a little bit. EA stopped the series because they wanted to work on Battlefield. And they came back with in 2010, I believe, with the reboot, the modern day one. And even the modern day reboot was better than Modern Warfare, and the Modern Warfare reboot sucked. And Modern Warfare 2 was kind of the same thing. Same thing as the original Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare 3 was kind of recycled stuff from the first two, and it was really I didn't like it because of the recycled stuff that was in it. And Black Ops comes out, and they tried to spice things up a little bit. They tried to do this. Tried to do something new. If my calculations are, if I can remember this correctly, I think they went back to the Cold War. All right, so you're going back. That's okay. You're gonna do something major in history. Still, the game didn't really focus all that much on the authenticity of the Cold War. And realism and authenticity are two different things. Authenticity can be good. It's not being realistic. It's just having the feel, that feel of history. And Black Ops 2 comes out, and I think it's in the distant future. I don't really remember, but yeah, the game just I wasn't really impressed. The zombies mode didn't even save. I don't even think it saved that one. You know, just I mean, if you want to play a good zombie game, go out and buy Resident Evil 4. I think it's like all of $1.99 now. Maybe it's even 99 cents now. You want to go play a good zombie game? Go play Resident Evil 4. Go buy it for 99 cents at a used game store and play it. That's all I gotta say about that. You know, Call of Duty Ghosts. I've already talked about it, and I didn't really like it when it first came out, and I mean I'm speechless on how bad that game was, and I mean, yes, it is the same game every year, and I'm gonna just throw that out there, but yeah, that is my that is the end of this episode. I'll just stop it here. I probably pissed off a lot of Call of Duty fanboys, but you know what? Go ahead and troll me all you want. I'm gonna block you guys anyway. So yeah, troll all you want, but be aware, I will block you. So anyway, that's the end of episode 2 of Bad Games. So take care, happy gaming, and this is another feature presentation on the Arcade Productions. So see ya.